Just before the video starts, I'm just gonna say this book was made by Almighty Push, so I'll link his Reddit in description if you wanna go follow him. So yeah. Friday, after me and Rowley walked to our local gas station to get some snacks, we are gonna have a sleepover at Chirag and try to pull an all-nighter. But the thing was, we didn't actually have money. Well, Rowley did, but I didn't, so instead I shoplifted. Yeah, I know it's not a good thing to do, but Mom stopped giving me allowance after the porn incident. Greg, you really are a piece of shit, you know that? Props to you, I guess, for not manipulating the store owner to give you for free. While Raleigh was checking out, I took some gummy worms and slipped them inside my hoodie pocket. I thought I was in the clear until some guy in a tracksuit and an Italian accent stopped me. I almost shit my pants. I knew it was over, so I just handed over the gummy worms. But by some complete miracle, the Italian guy just said forget about it and let me go. But right when I was walking out, he asked me my name and told me if I would like to make some extra money. I said sure, and he told me to come back tomorrow. I looked over at Rowley and he looked confused and said he was gonna go home, so I walked back home by myself. Saturday, 6 a.m. I've been thinking about yesterday in the gas station all day. I've watched Goodfellas and The Godfather, but they're just movies. Do I really want to get involved in this? At the end of the day, money's money. I told Mom I was going to Rowley's house, but I'm actually going to go to the same gas station and see how I can make some extra money. If it's anything like the movies, he might have me drop off some drug packages or beat someone up for not paying on time. Not that I'm capable of doing that. 3 p.m. I finally made it over to the gas station. The guy at the desk told me that Christopher is waiting in the back. I'm guessing Christopher is the guy from yesterday, so I made my way to the back. Have a seat, Greg. Guys, I am genuinely so sorry for that. I tried my best to have like an accent, but it was horrible. I'm sorry. Once I sat down, he asked me a couple of questions. The first one was my age. Even though I'm only 14, I said I was 16. Ah, Greg, you really are a manipulative piece of shit, aren't you? The next one, he asked, was I Italian? I said yes because my grandma is from Sicily. The last question was, what would I do with my earnings? And I said I'll put it out on the streets to make more money, even though I don't know what that means and just saw it on the movies. He asked for my phone number and said he would keep in touch if he needed anything. And to my surprise, he gave me $100 and he said this is the only beginning of the work with him. Tuesday, 9:38 a.m. All I could think about these last couple of days was when Christopher would call me. I haven't spent the $100 he gave me yet. I think I'll just save it until I find something worthy buying. 2:28 p.m. After school, I texted Rowley to see if he wanted to hang out, but he said no. He's been really distant ever since I got caught in the gas station. It's probably a good thing Christopher didn't recruit Rowley. Knowing him, he would turn information fast. 3:49 a.m. I was up playing Twisted Wizards when Christopher texted me. He wanted me to meet up with him. But why so late? I told him I'll be there in 30. 4:17 a.m. Wednesday. I made it to the gas station and went to Christopher's office. What's so urgent he needed me at 4 a.m.? You need to come with me. Okay, now I was confused. It's 4 a.m. and he wants me to come with him? Is it possible I already messed up and he wants to whack me? No way. I just met him. I'm probably overreacting. I only knew him for a couple of days. It's not logical to kill me. Kinda ironic that you're telling what's logical when you're such a dumbass. 12 minutes later, we arrived at what looked to be a warehouse. He opened the door and I saw a bunch of cars laying around. He said don't get excited, and that the cars aren't for me. We walked into a room and I couldn't believe my eyes. The room was filled with all sorts of weapons. We walked a bit farther and he opened the cabinet. He pulled out a small pocket gun. I want you to have this. He gave me a gun. He pointed at some cans and asked me to give it a try. I shot all of them except for one. Soon after, he drove me home and told me he'll give me my first job. I sneaked back in through the kitchen window and slowly went upstairs. I hid the gun in my closet under a stack of messy clothes in the corner. I stayed up for about 30 minutes thinking, but I just remembered it's 5:27 a.m. and I have school, so I went to bed. 7:30 a.m. I woke up to the sound of my alarm. I turned it off and just decided to skip school. 1 hour and a half of sleep isn't enough for me to sit in the desk for hours at a time. Mom was at some book club with other moms, and Dad was at work. I knew the school would call on an account of my absence, but I'll worry about that later. 1:20 p.m. Well, shit. I guess I overslept because when I woke up it was 1:20 p.m. Mom should be coming home soon, but I don't have to worry about Dad yet. I got dressed up and went to the gas station to look for Christopher. The clerk said he was in his office, so I knocked and he let me in. He stared at me for a bit and then said this. I guess he was right. I've been wearing shorts and t-shirts each time I meet up with him. He told me he would drive me to a clothing store he goes to. We got out the car and went into this place called Pose on Bear. Yeah, I'm sorry I butchered that name like hell. Looked fancy and had a lot of suits. He said to use the $100 he gave me. I ended up buying a black suit with a red striped tie and a white suit with a red tie. Now I really look gangster. Yeah, Greg, I highly doubt that. We left and in the car I was gonna ask him a question I've been thinking about for a while. But I decided not to until I did my first job. 2:35 p.m. It was only 2:35, so we drove back to his office and sat down. I asked him about the job he wanted me to do and he went into details. Apparently some guy owes him $250 for the week and he hasn't paid back despite many warnings. It'll be a learning experience. Yeah, and as I expected, both of them look like shit. Especially Greg. We drove to the guy's apartment, but before we walked over there, Christopher told me to get a baseball bat from the trunk. We made our way to the door and knocked. Pretty skinny guy with eye bags opened the door and started begging like a little baby, saying stuff like he'll get the money tomorrow, but Christopher wasn't having it. He started slapping the guy around like he was a doll. The beating went on for a while until Christopher told me it was my turn. He told me to give this bastard a lesson. So I guess you can say that's what I did. Yeah, I'll be honest, I genuinely don't know if I can show this image on YouTube. I banged him around pretty good until he got knocked out. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, without context, that sounds pretty mad. Christopher took whatever money he had and we dipped. We were laughing all car ride. Yeah, Greg is just a maniac at this point. Before he dropped me off at home, he gave me $250 and said, "Nice job, kid." I took a nice long nap at home.